Good afternoon. Welcome everyone to my conference. I'm glad to be here with all of you. And you have prepared some questions. We will discuss a very important topic tonight. We will talk about the importance of personalized treatment. And we have two special guests with us tonight. As you can see, Paola Costanzo is with us and Dr. Herrera from IVF Life. Welcome, Dr. Herrera. Hello, Paola. Great to have you. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, very good. Tired after working all the day, but good. We are
I
here
understand.
for all
Good.
the questions.
Glad that you were able to join us. I've already know that it's been quite a day for you both, so I'm glad that you join us and will present definitely an interesting topic. We all hear and know how important personalized treatment is, so I'm glad that we will discuss this today. And just a brief introduction. Of course, remember we will start with the presentation, but afterwards, as always, there will be time for your questions. Paola and Dr. are here simply to help you out with any doubts that you might have. And after the presentation, they will be happy to answer some of your questions. Plus, if you wish to get some more details, remember it is also possible. You can simply get in touch with IVF Life at Alicante, and I'm sure the team will be happy to help you out as well. We had many webinars with IVF Life team already, and it's always great to cooperate with the whole team. So thank you, Paola, for joining us. This is your first webinar with us, so I'm glad that you joined this team of my IVF Answers webinars as well. And I think that we can begin with our presentation. Yes, are you ready, Paola, as well?
We are ready, yes.
Brilliant, thank you so much. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Caroline, for the introduction. Hello, good afternoon. As Caroline said, my name is Paola Costanzo, and this is actually my first webinar. And today I have the honor to be with Dr. Herrera. She's been working at the clinic for 12 years now. She's a specialist on fertility matters. So I think it will be a good company today, because even though we are here today to speak about the importance about the patient care, you might have some questions that are completely out of my expertise, and maybe the doctor will be a better fit for answering your questions. So we're gonna start now with the presentation. I hope you like it. I hope you see the importance that is to have an assistant, an entire department committed to the patient and the patient journey. At IVF Life, we've seen throughout the years that patient care, it's one of the most important factors when it comes to the patient journey throughout a fertility clinic, especially when we are talking about going abroad. Most of the patients, they come with experience, especially to our clinic, because we are specialized on complex cases. So after patients have dealt with IVF back home, maybe doing several cycles, they decided to try it outside their country, maybe looking for new technologies, looking for different ways to explore a different path in order to get a different approach or a different outcome. We've seen that when patients move from another country, especially when they don't speak the same language, these adds more stress to the journey. And this is where we go, and this is what we want to try to avoid, that level of stress during the journey. So IVF Life has developed two different departments. There are that manage the whole communication with the patient and the clinic. Here we can see those two departments. We have the commercial team and the follow-up team. These two departments, when the patient starts the journey, since the first contact, will have its own, you will have your own assistant, your personal assistant, until you're week 12 pregnant. And this assistant will be the main point of the entire communication throughout the entire clinic. So if you have a question regarding your donor, if you have a question, a medical question regarding your treatment, would be the assistant that will contact those departments in order to give you the answer that we are looking for. And this way we avoid the fact that the patient has to call and explain the entire situation, which part of the treatment you are, and missing communication throughout the journey. Let's put it this way. So what will makes us different, and our values and our goals, the most important ones, because we pride ourselves to have values and to take the patients as the first thing in the IVF matters. Will be providing quality service to the patients. For example, this is something that we offer, and we like to offer it on their native languages. All of our doctors speaks more than 2 languages. Here, Dr. Herrera, she speaks Portuguese, French, German, Spanish, and the communication and the information. For us, it's important that the patient knows why we're taking decisions and based on what these decisions are made. And even though they have a consultation with the doctors, and the doctors are pretty close to the patient journey, the assistants will always be behind to answer all of the questions, just in case the medical part did not went through. The patient care, we do patient care by phone, email, or physical contact once the patient comes to the clinic. And of course, before we start the treatment, we will organize the first visit. We will see the details later on about organizing the first visit. And as I said, the concrete and detailed explanation for the treatment plan, we will speak a bit later about the first visit, but one of the good things that we have is that when the patient has the initial consultation, which can be either performed on site, which is actually our recommendation, or perform online, there's always the patient care, the assistant that goes behind. So after you finish your consultation with the doctor, where the doctor has given you a diagnosis, a treatment plan, give you the list of the tests that we need for the treatment, you will have a consultation also with your assistant, and your assistant will answer all of the questions that maybe it was not possible, or maybe you thought this question after you finish the consultation. And also we'll explain step by step the medical plan, when you have to take the medication, how it has to be taken, the ultrasounds that you have to do, the documentations required. Each country is different, and it has its own legislation, and we have to comply with the legislation here in Spain. And this is something that we will also explain. And maybe if the patient wants to do something that is outside the legislation, we will explain why it's not possible. You will have a follow-up first until a confirmation of your treatment. And after you confirm your treatment, your file will go to the follow-up team, which are, I would say, more prepared regarding the medication and the test results, the treatment itself. The coordination with all of the departments, as I explained, will be through your own assistant, and you don't have to worry about getting information and having to call another department to get information that you might need for your own treatment. And of course, in-depth knowledge of the resources. The doctors during the consultation, you might come to the clinic with a set of mind, thinking that you want to do this treatment, maybe because you've read in internet that it would be that this kind of treatment would be viable for you, or might give you a positive outcome. But when you get to the clinic, maybe the doctor, after doing the consultation, reading your medical history, performing some tests, a scan, will give you a different opinion. Most of the time, when we have, as an assistant, a first contact, and we see that they're coming with an idea that we know it's not going to be possible, even though we are not doctors, we would inform, or at least try to set this patient's mind to what we know it's going to be best for the patient, instead of trying to work with or trying to perform a treatment that we know it's not going to have any positive results or any positive outcome. That reason why it is important that we manage the resources that we offer. So prior to the first visit, in order for us to attract patients, we do it through platforms, events, webinars, such as this one, our webpage, recommendations from other patients. This is one of the most, I would say, popular way we're seeing nowadays. Our patients are referring a lot of patients lately, which for us, we're proud of that, and refer from other clinics. The referral from other clinics, and most of the time, it is because the legislation. Some of the clinics are outside Spain, and for some reason they cannot, or for some reason not because of the law in their country, they cannot perform some techniques that we can in Spain, and they decide to send us those patients that they see that they have potential, and maybe we can do here something for them that they cannot do back home. The patient care, as I explained, it's either by phone, email, or in person. Once you are in contact with our clinic, you will have your personal assistant email address, where all the communication will go to your personal assistant. And also you will have her direct line, so you don't have to call the clinic and ask to be passed on your phone call to be passed to your assistant. And the modalities we offer, it's either to have the consultation online and on site. And of course, the recommendation is always to come on site, because this way you can see the doctor and we can perform the tests here at the clinic. We also, in order for us to get to the patient, even to those patients that for personal reasons cannot come to Spain, we've seen that a way to get to the patient is also going to the patient, going to their countries, and try to see them face to face. For this, we do patient meetings. The patient meetings consist on having a face-to-face consultation in a private room with your doctor. There are free consultations where the doctor can have basic knowledge of your history. And then if you decide, if you have a good feeling, you like the doctor, you like the diagnosis, you see that this is the path you want to go for, then we will prepare your whole case to come to the clinic, to do all the tests, and take the step forward towards to achieving your dream, of course. Then we also have the fertility show that for those who don't know, we will be assistant. I would like to take the opportunity just to mention it. We will be assisting actually Dr. Herrera, myself, another doctor and other colleagues. We will be assisting this weekend in London at the fertility show, May 20th and 21st. So if this is something you also are interested, you can contact us, and of course we will provide you with a free appointment with our specialist to evaluate your case as well. I think this is a great opportunity to answer some questions and to get to know us in person, which would be a pleasure for us. For the first contact, the first thing for us is to provide the information about the services we offer and the treatments that we have. The difference between the treatments, the explanation, the technologies, and of course the prices, because this would be the information that you might need in order to make a decision, especially if you are seeking for clinics and evaluating the market. The first thing would be organizing the first visit, and during the first visit, that's why we always recommend the patient to come to the clinic for the first visit. In our clinic, we have the advantage that we have our in-house laboratory, meaning that when the patient comes to the clinic, the first thing that we do is to take the sperm sample. While you as a patient are doing your consultation with the doctor, we are testing the sperm. This way, during your consultation with the doctor, we will have the results of the sperm sample, and the doctor can give you right away a diagnosis based on the male factor. If maybe we need to do another test, or if the patient needs some vitamins to increase the quality, but you would leave the clinic knowing this part. Also, we will do the blood test, and same again, as we have our in-house laboratory, we will have the results of the blood test right away as well. That helps the doctors to make the most accurate decision regarding the treatment, including the type of medication that would be best for you, including the doses that you will need to take. So I think this is actually a great opportunity just to come to the clinic, see our facilities, meet the doctor, and get to go back home with all the information in hand. In Spain, when you're going to start a treatment, there are some minimum requirements that if you come to the clinic for this initial consultation, we can always perform this. And this way you don't have to go back home and stress about getting them done at home, and maybe because you don't have a place where you can do it, or a gynecologist. So we can always do everything here. And of course, we will help with the hotel reservation and the pickup service. Actually, our clinic have some agreements with some of the best hotels in Alicante that give us special offers to our patients. So that's also something that you can benefit from. Our clinic is actually on an area that it's very quiet, so most of our patients, they take the opportunity when they come to the clinic to do maybe a mini holidays, stay for the weekend and enjoy the nice weather. We have beaches as well, so in summer it's really nice. In winter it's actually really nice as well. So it's also a great opportunity. Then this is more or less the patient journey when from the beginning, when you do the first contact, where we as assistant will answer all of the questions that you might have beforehand, before having your consultation with the doctor. So this way, when you get to the doctor, you have the knowledge of the resources we offer, what would be the best in your case, and the doctor will focus on your case, especially without having to maybe going back and forth, because that information, it's been already provided to the doctor from us, actually. Then you come for the first visit. When you come to the first visit, we will do the analysis. The first visit, it's only 1 day. This is the time we need in order to prepare and to do all the tests we need. And then the doctors prepare the treatment plan according always to your availability, of course. And if the sperm sample is good, for example, we will freeze it. The male part won't have to come back, unless, of course, he wants to join you. But then the next flight would be for the egg retrieval, if that's the procedure we're doing, or only the transfer if we're working with egg donation. So the main goal of the doctors and us as a clinic is to make things smooth for you, and to try to come to Spain the minimum times or only the mandatory dates that we need you here to help you save some money, maybe on hotels and flights, and that's something that we take into consideration. And of course, after the embryo transfer, 10 days after, we will do the pregnancy test. As explained, for the first consultation, we arrange. The main goal is that you don't have to worry about anything but your treatment. We will arrange the pickup service, we will arrange the hotel, we will pick you up at the airport, we will bring you straight away to the clinic, then we will give you a clinic tour, you will have your gynecologist examination, diagnose, treatment plan, everything. We will give you the prescription, you will fly back home with your medication. So everything is thought for you to not worry about anything, and it's our job to make you have all the resources that you need to just fly back home and think about your treatment, and think about you, and not having to worry or stress. Think about your future baby, and not add more necessary stress that the one you have to deal, because we understand there is stress involved when we're doing an IVF treatment, and there's money implication. So we want to take that weight out of your shoulders, and we will carry it for you. Why choosing us? Well, I think after everything I said, I think it's I gave you like a few factors that are very important. But I would say those that we have here, I would say, are for me the most important ones. The level of stress. Our main goal as assistant, as the part of the international team, patient care assistant, is to understand the stress that you're going, and trying to take it out, and trying to help you throughout your journey. And I would say another important factor is the native language. The fact that we can communicate in your language. The fact that you don't have to think first about maybe bringing a translator, or feeling that maybe there's some communication missing. Because of the communication barriers or the language barriers. So I would say this is one of the most important things I would take into consideration. Then we offer the highest level of care and support and the most surrounding spa-like clinic. I would say that we have even go a step forward and thinking that we want for you to have a beautiful journey, and not only where we are based and in where the clinic's at, which I just mentioned. It's a really nice area next to the beaches. We have built a clinic that actually looks like a spa, and you come and it's everything, it's relaxed. It's like you have a feeling that you don't want to go out. It's part of the journey, the whole environment, the whole architecture, and the decoration. All of the details are created that way for a reason, and it means that we are taking the time and investing on how the patient feels. It's not just come to the clinic, we'll give you a plan and let's see how it goes. And of course, our main goal is that you feel supported, that we can put ourselves on your shoes and we understand. And we want to help you, and it's our goal that you are okay, because if you are okay, we are okay, and we are here to be part of achieving your dreams, on of course becoming parents. The language, the most important thing for me. We have two teams actually. These are some of the reasons also why I would choose the clinic. Two teams dedicated to patient care, not only one, but two. Then the daily information updates between the departments. The doctor is here, she can confirm all of our ongoing patients. All the doctors get together every day to discuss all of the ongoing patients, and even though you will have your own doctor, all the doctors discuss the cases, and they want to make the decision of the best approach for all of our patients. So you are not a number. We are actually doing our best for everything to work out. And all the information that the doctors make, all the decisions that the doctor make, we will communicate it to you. It's not something that they, as they are doctors, they understand and they will give you a decision and you just have to comply with that decision. No, we need and we like to communicate why we are taking this decision, and why it will benefit you, and where we're coming from. For us, it's important that you also know where you're standing. And of course, one of the other things that we have invested a lot of it's our systems. We use a program that it's called Salesforce, where all the communication that comes from a patient, it goes directly to their file, so we cannot miss any information. All of the emails you send, the documents you send, pictures you send, it goes straight away to your file, and that file, those documents will be, your assistant will receive them. So no one else has the access to go into your files. unless it's necessary. But we have a complete traceability system dedicated entirely to the patient and the patient journey. And just to zoom up a bit, this is a bit of what I just mentioned, but what we offer. You can see here the reflection. So the reservation services and from the hotel, as I said, we have special discounts. The airport pickup, the complaint and detailed explanation about the plan. I think this is also very important because sometimes, me included, as patients, when we leave the clinic or a consultation, we go back home and we just get there and it's like, I did not understand what the doctor said. I have no clue what just happened. I think I just have to take this medication, but I don't even know what for. So we take a lot of we take a lot of effort to trying to deliver this information for the patient to feel, first of all, that they know, but we think that by knowing where having your information about your treatment, it gain for us, you gain trust on the clinic, you trust your doctor because you know, the necessary labs, everything that we need for your treatment, we can always do it here. Even if you try to do it back home and it's not possible, you can always fly in. It doesn't matter if it's not during the initial consultation, you can fly in any point of your treatment and just get your test here and fly back. By our treatment and services, we offer actually everything that is out there in the market that it's legal in Spain. These are the treatments that we offer, which is artificial. Maybe you want to.
Yes, we
talk about
yes, we in our clinic we offer all the patients the artificial insemination, IVF. We do egg donation. We do a technique we call ROPA. ROPA is in a patient of the same gender who they don't have a partner. Then they can use the donor sperm, and then we can change. One can be the recipient, and the other one will give the eggs. So this is the technique ROPA. Then we do also the double egg donation. Means we can use donor eggs and sperm donor, and we do also the social freezing for young people who want to preserve her fertility. So then we do the preservation of the eggs now when they are young, when they have a good ovarian reserve and good quality of eggs, and we don't wait until they are 40 when they will have the reduced of the fertility.
Then apart from the treatments that we offer, in order to increase the possibilities of the pregnancy, we also offer some additional techniques that are recommended by the doctors on special cases.
Yes. So we have many different techniques we can use in the clinic, depending on the diagnosis of every person, because we do personalized treatment here. We cannot treat every patient in the same way because every person has a different diagnosis. So, but we have here one of the newest technique in the fertility, like the PRP. This is the endometrial. This is using to do endometrial regeneration in people who has, for example, Asherman syndrome. who they don't perform the best endometrium line. So we can use this technique to increase the thickness of the endometrium, and we can use also this to apply in the ovaries in person who has a bad or a limited ovarian reserve. So with this, we have looking the quality and the quantity of the eggs increase in people who has poor ovarian reserve. No, we can do also the study of the endometrium. We can do the IRMA, who will give us the window of implantation. We can look also in the endometrium the natural killers to see maybe where we have any disbalance and we need to treat maybe this previous to do any implantation. We can do the IMAP, who is the natural killers. We can do the CD138, who will tell us when this patient maybe has endometritis, who is a diagnosis who is very difficult to do. No. Then we can do also the pathologic anatomy to see maybe they have polyps, fibroids, or adenomyosis, who is the form who the endometriosis make into the endometrium line. And we can do a culture in order to look when maybe exist bacteria in the endometrium who don't give the permission to the embryo to be implanted. We can do also the carrier screening test in order to see when one of the couple has any mutation who can be of high impact to the baby. Other when it's egg donation and one of the partner is porter of one mutation, we can do also we can look deep in the donor in order to be sure the donor will not have the same mutation as the father, and with this we will be sure the baby will not be ill. Okay, we can perform also the PGTA and PGTM in the embryos in order to be sure the embryo is chromosomically healthy. Other, in case as one of the partner are porter of one illness, we can look in order to be sure this illness who has a high impact into the baby. We will exclude all the embryos who are porter of the same illness. We can perform in male tests when in case of the sperm are not good quality or they're not good enough. We can perform different techniques. We can use ICSI, we can use PICSI, we can do TESA, who is a testicular punction, in order to get a better result with the fertilization. We can do a test to look also the compatibility between partners. This is the name of KIR, HLA, and with this we can use medications in order when in case that they are not compatible, we can use medication, and with this the women can carry the pregnancy without problem.
Well, thank you so much. I hope it was informative and helpful. We hope to meet you, all of you, at the fertility show.
Thank you so much.
When you have any question, we are here.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Paola and Dr. Herrera, for your presentation, and of course for explaining, for showing us how it all works. And now your favorite part, Q&A session. As you can see, we have some questions ready. So of course, if you have more, you know what to do. Go ahead, type those in. And the first question we have is from, it's from Nalisa. Right, sorry. What is the age limit of the woman you treat?
So it depends. We have normally when it's egg donation, okay. So different things. When it's IVF, we know, also the quality of the eggs reduce with the age. So we try to make until 42, 43 years old the IVF, but sometime when we use the ovarian rejuvenation, then we can we have women here pregnant with 46 years old, pregnant with the own genetic. So because we try to make our best with our treatment, we do the ovarian rejuvenation, and we try to optimize the resource, and we perform the TCTA previous to do an implantation. So with this, we can have women older with babies with their own genetic. But we treat people here with 15 plus 11 months. But these women in this age are more egg donation.
Okay, so it's so there is an age limit for egg donation. It's 50 plus 11 months. You cannot be 51, as I understand, right? Okay, understood. So I hope that helped. I do believe so. And there's a thank you from our patients for explaining. Thanks a lot indeed. All right, let's have a look. We have a few parts of the questions I will show you one by one. What kind of tests are required for the first consultation for someone who is just starting the ovarian reserve evaluation? What about MAID evaluation? We are 37, no IVF before. We've been trying for more than a year. Thank you for your first question as well, Emma.
Hi, Emma. No, there are no, you don't need to perform any tests before coming to the clinic. Actually, this is why we recommend the patients to come here, because we will do the entire evaluation here. The main factors in order to see if we can work with your own eggs are the AMH, which will be tested here. The doctor will perform a scan to see your antral follicle count and your age, of course. With those three factors, the doctor will know if she can work with your own eggs or if maybe we will have to evaluate egg donation. But before coming to the clinic, there are no requirements.
Okay. Perfectly understandable. And what about male evaluation here?
Same. There are no requirements. We will do sperm sample here. And if, for example, we see that the sperm results came back and the quality is not that good, maybe the doctor will request some hormonal test, or just recommend some vitamins or something or we'll give further explanation depending on the results. But there are no requirements before coming to the clinic.
In any case, we prefer to do the test here because most of the clinics, they do only the normal test with the normal parameters. But we in our clinic, we do a very profound test. We perform the fragmentation of the DNA, and we do also the apoptosis, who the majority of the clinic don't perform this test. And in case as the fragmentation are elevated, then we will give you medication. And in this case, we will try to use fresh sperm. We will not use frozen sperm. So the patient will go home, will take at least 2 months medication, and then can come back to give fresh sperm.
Okay. Emma, thank you so much. I believe that was again helpful. Thanks a lot, both Paola and Dr. Herrera, for your help with this question. There's one more before that. There's an answer from our previous patient. That helped. Thank you so much indeed. And let's have a look. So, there's short question. Where can I find your price list?
Our price list is not on our webpage. You would have to send us a request. You can either send it by email or just call, and we will get your details and send all of the treatments that we offer with the prices by email.
Perfect. Thank you so much indeed. So it's easily found, it's possible to find it easily. Let me just go possibly our final questions. I don't see more questions, but of course, we still have time. If there are some things you would like to ask, go ahead, type those in. And the question is again from Emma. She would like to know, so I've been reading about acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. Apparently, both of them help with stress, etc. What is your opinion on this? Is this available at your clinic?
Yes, in our clinic, we recommend to do this alternative therapy. Even we have a professional in the clinic who perform acupuncture and Tai Chi and Reiki. Yes. We recommend help not only to avoid the stress, also to because our specialists do a specific therapy who increase the implantation of the embryo.
Okay, that's good to hear as well. So it's available at the clinic, it's possible, and there are many ways you can actually
Also,
simply improve your perhaps results as well, success, right? Okay, thank you so much. I'm just waiting to see if we have more questions. If not, we will be finishing for tonight. But of course, remember, if there are some other things, yes, we do have one more question. So let's have a look at this. So regarding ovarian rejuvenation mentioned by the doctor, when is that indicated for which type of cases?
So normally is indicated in women who has a poor ovarian reserve and poor answer to the treatment. You need to know this is a experimental treatment. We are now in a position to perform one study with all the cases we have done in the clinic, because for 3 years we do this technique and every day in our clinic. So we have now enough material in order to make a study. But we have seen in most of the women the quality of the eggs increase and number also. So we don't know until now when the quality regarding to euploidy or not is increased or not, because we don't have enough material. But let me see what happens. But it will help a lot in women who want to use her own eggs to do a baby, to make a baby.
Okay. So this is there like because we had such webinars, so this is always an interesting topic for everyone, for patients, our patients. So is there like an age limit where you can actually use that? Do you have it at the clinic or?
We prefer to do this until maximum until 44 years old, because
Okay.
otherwise we know we have a biological age and we cannot change this. But I have seen women who we have good quality of eggs after doing this.
Okay, so there are some positive results already, but although it's still an experimental treatment, of course. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you so much for clarification. This is, as I've mentioned, this always brings lots of questions. So thanks a lot for explaining, Rachel. Would like to say thanks as well. I will have a minute. Let's see if we have more questions. If not, remember, you can always get in touch with Paola, her team at IVF Life, and of course, I'm sure they will be happy to give you some more details. Someone is typing. Let's make sure if it's a question, it's an actual thanks as well. Couldn't agree more. So thank you so much for your comment. Paola, Dr. Hara, thank you so much for tonight. We will be finishing for today, but of course, before we finish, thank you once again. And I would like to ask if there's anything at all you would like to add before we finish.
Well, we would like to thank you, Caroline. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you, everyone that has joined us and has been making the time to listen to our presentation. If you're interested to get more information about our clinic, our treatments, please feel free to contact us. You have our contact details on our webpage, and I will be more than happy to provide whatever information you might have. Also, to you. We're going to be at the fertility show. If someone is interested, we are going to be offering free consultations with the doctors. I think it's a great opportunity. So if someone is interested, please reach out, and we will be more than happy to assist you.
And it's happening this week. So if everyone is in London or will be in London, it's possible for you to you still need to go to the website and register for the consultation, I understand, but it's possible. So thank you so much.
Come this weekend, because in this stand you will find all the price.
Also,
Persons who are interested in know the price, you will have the price there. And normally people who come and to visit us, we offer some discounts in our different treatments also.
yes.
Okay. Good to know that as well. In the meantime, we did receive one question, so I guess we can still answer. Let's have a look. Lynn would like to know, so do you believe some couples can never have pregnancy due to genetic incompatibility? Sorry.
No, until now, we discovered people 11 years ago. We started to see few women either never get pregnant, either they get pregnant but finish in a miscarriage. Then we start to have a look what happens. Then we discover the kid HLA. Of course, we don't discover alone. We discover with one immunologist, German lady, who has done this, and she has given many treatments. So one of our doctors went there to learn what to do. She came and she instructs the rest of the doctors here. And with this, we discover the incompatibility. Then we try to get medication to the patients and all the indication from the day of the previous to the implantation, and we discover they get pregnant and they have babies. So not only 1, 2, and 3 babies. So with this, we installed this story in our clinic, and since then, the majority of the women who happen either miscarriage or not implantation or the implantation failure, they get pregnant.
So it's possible. So thank you.
Until now, I never found somebody who don't get pregnant with because this incompatibility.
Yeah. That's definitely encouraging and good to hear. So, Lynn, I do believe it was helpful. Thank you so much for that question. I hope that helped. And of course, as I mentioned, we will be finishing for today, but you can get in touch with IVF Life team. Our guest was Paola Costanzo and Dr. Herrera from IVF Life. Thank you so much. Remember, we will be back. Of course, we will be back this week. We will talk about endometrial microbiome. We will have a webinar with Maria Navas. So if this is something that might be interesting for you, join us on Thursday at 7 p.m. UK time. Thank you for tonight. And again, remember, it has been recorded. So if anyone had to go somewhere and had to miss it, and of course, you will be able to find it tomorrow on our website, My IVF Answers. Thank you, Paola, Dr. Herrera. It was great to have you. Enjoy your evening. Have a relaxing evening, everyone. And of course, stay tuned. See you soon as well. Bye.
Bye-bye.